Last week at Auto Club Speedway, we wrapped up a crazy 4-week stretch out on the West Coast, with Local Dawn being the second rookie to win in the first 6 races. But tonight we are back in Florida and we are back on the East Coast for race 7 of the season and for one of, if not the best mile and a halves on the schedule. It is race 7 of the season already for season 6 of the JBL Cup Series, and it is the AutoNation 400 underneath the lights, prime time at Homestead-Miami Speedway. What's up everyone, it is Nathan Stapleton here, and welcome to Homestead-Miami Speedway, and welcome to the first night race of the season, not counting the duels and the clash. The first night race as a point race, and boy, if it's anything like the Krispy Kreme National Series race last night, then we are in for a show. Gonna be 67 laps on tap here tonight. 2 pit stops as always for these mile and a halves. Not a lot of tires, so I think that could prove to be a lot of passing here tonight. We got one of the drivers from last night in the National Series that got a top 5 1. We got the owner of Lexington Motor Club once again. We got LT up here in the booth. Welcome to Homestead underneath the lights.
Yeah, thanks for having me back up here, Stapleton. I think this is going to be a very great race to see here tonight. If it was anything to see from the Krispy Kreme race, being able to race in that race, very slick track. We got to watch out for these guys, especially on the exit of turn 2. They might get into the wall a couple times just based on last year's race. I think we're in for a good one today. Couple guys who are on good, consistent runs. We're going to see if they could continue those here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Some drivers had some really good ones in the West Coast swing, and then others want to forget the West Coast swing ever happened. And a couple of those guys are on the front row, and ironically these two are both tied for 10th in the point standings. But we got 2 rookies that have already won this season. Local Dawn and Stuart Brown have won half of the races. We do have a rookie starting 3rd here tonight, and it's been a little bit of a quieter driver as far as a rookie so far. But we got Mr. Edge and Nicholas Samadillo starting 3rd. That car won the championship last season. How do you think Samadillo can do starting 3rd here tonight?
I think he could do really well based on how that car did last season. I mean, he's had actually a really consistent season so far. I mean, he's had finishes, I think, of 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. So, I mean, he's really stayed in that range all season long. If he could just get that step further into the top 5, I'm thinking he could win a couple races here in the next following weeks.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mentioned this Duhon rookie class, and it has proved to that without a doubt. Samuel Brown and Dawn the best out of those, but you cannot count Jordan Edwards. He has 5 out of the 5 out of 6 races. He has top 5s. He's the only one to do that, and it is still very tight for the point standings. And of course tonight, we're almost getting halfway to the regular season. This is race 7 of 18 in the regular season already, and some of those guys towards the bottom in the grid in points, like Nick Lopez, Alexander Vitale, Noah Clifton, and Eli Bright, who was strong last year. They are deep in the field. They need to get going. They need a good one here tonight, and the pressure is starting to get onto these guys. For those guys in the back in points, what do they need to do to try and have a good one here in Miami?
They just need to chip away at it, to be honest with you. I think, with my driver Eli Bright in particular, I mean, you just got to first get in the top 25, top 20, and then work on the top 15. You can't expect to go out and just win races after finishing 20th or worse, right? You just have to chip away at it. Some of these guys, they'll get their get their step back. You see the 10 car Giacomo. I mean, he's obviously not having a good season. It's a very long season, though, so I don't want these guys to worry about it. I think they'll find their footing here as the races go on.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, it's going to be very interesting on what these drivers can do here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And here's the point standings. 6 races in, Local Dawn has a 1-point lead now over Jordan Edwards. second in the point standings, while Connington still top 5 in points all season long. He's now in third, minus 23. Stuart Grant and Juan Garcia both tied for fourth, minus 24. Anna Miller is in sixth, minus 26. Anna Abel is in seventh, minus 27. Logan Williams is in eighth, minus 36. John Anders is in ninth, minus 39. And then, of course, Trey Bow and Stuart Grant, Trey Bow and Jordan Zella, I should say, they are on the floor here tonight. And they are tied for the point standings in 10th position. And with that being said, it is Jordan Stout on the pole, the Daytona 500 champion. And Trey Bow alongside Sam with Dio and Edwards in row 2, Sam Vitale and Kennington in row number 3. Crampton and Ream round out the top 4 rows. And then Eli Bright looking for some good luck on his side. He's had good ones, but has had terrible luck. And then same can be said about Monaco in that number 16 machine. And we're going to get these drivers rolling off here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. A very fun and a very fast mile and a half. Going to put you on the spot, LT. Who do you think will win the AutoNation 400?
I'm not going to pick far away from the tree here. I'm going to pick Trey Bardo in the front row, that 24 car. He's actually had a really good season so far. He's had a 31st and 35th place finish this season, but he's had 4 top 10s and 2 top 5s. I think he's been very consistent in that HMS car. I think tonight is the night he finally gets it done this season and gets to victory lane at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
Not a bad pick. He's been very consistent. He's had a couple of bad luck results, the Clash and I believe Daytona, and then I believe honestly Roller Springs. That was just terrible luck, but when he's not having bad luck, he's been very strong, and was his one win in the JBL Cup Series came at Daytona last year for the Power 400 for the night race, and we are not far from Daytona. Jordan Stout and Trey Bell released through in 67 laps, pit stops around lap 27 to 30, and we'll see if we have an early caution. We had one last night in the Krispy Kreme National Series race, and we'll see what happens once again. Pace car will dive down to pit road, and it's already race 7 of the season, of season 6 of the JBL Cup Series, and the green flag racing for the AutoNation 400 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. I talked about San Diego, third best rookie of the season, started third, and he will lead lap number 1 barely, getting a bonus point towards the championship. And we'll see how much multi-group racing we see here tonight. But great stuff for Alex Vitale. He's not had a good start to the season, but he's with a great start. Crampton might make it 3 wide, and Ball's going to get shuffled back a little bit. You want to make positions early on, because once those tires wear, they will wear very, very hard.
Yeah, I thought they were going to look 4 wide there off of the exit turn number 4. Trey Bardo obviously not having the start he wanted. He's getting shoved in the middle there. Looks like Alex Vitale is going to take the lead on the number 77 of Samadio, with the 45 of Crampton trying to follow along. He might look to the inside of Vitale for the lead going into turn number 3.
That bright blue money line machine cannot miss it here tonight. That's for sure. You at Homestead-Miami. Sam Vitale is going to get a 1 through the middle, and he will leave this lap. And you can tell it's not really a pack race, but everyone's bunched up right now. Tyler's not really taking it into effect, and everyone wants every piece of trap position as possible. Ball's back on the inside. Here comes Eli Bright, finally trying to have a good one. Here comes in the middle, and how about Brian Varga? Among the list of drivers that's had a bad start to the season is mostly Eli Bright and Brian Varga. And now, this number 14 is up front here early on. And just fantastic stuff here already on that number 5. But so I see some of the front runners of Sam Vitale, Crampton, and Barlow and Stout pull away from the field.
Yeah, you mentioned some of the guys that are having good starts to the season racing up here, like Eli Bright, 14 of Varga. I mean, Eli Bright, I mean, he doesn't even have his best finish is 13th. He doesn't even have a top 10 this season, so it's nice to see him up there. But you've got battle for the lead now. Travis Crampton looking on 12 car. Looks like he's going to have the preferred lane. I don't know, though. That top lane kind of fights back. Looks like we have also a battle for third as Jordan Stout, the pole sitter, is still keeping his car up there.
Great ones from 2311. Watch out for San Vitale, might do the crossover move, and he does. Last year this race was a bumper, and is always starting off with a great one here tonight. And San Vitale is going to leave that lap. I believe Crampton got denied for leading a bonus point right there. Here comes the 500 champ of Jordan Stout, Trey Barlow, Andrew Miller, Bright, San Mateo. Local Dawn is not too far ahead of his championship rival right now of Jordan Edwards. And in April, Joe Lukowski made some moves. How about Justin Zeidel in number 2? We've not seen him that much this season. He's been quiet. Had a very solid start. And once again, I tried going through the field, but we have power for the race lead already. And we're only on lap 8.
Classic NR, when you want to go through the field, they're going to be battling for the lead. Might be looking 3 wide here. I don't know. Trey Bardo was peaking. Looks like Andrew Miller now is going to take advantage of it, though, to the inside. Andrew Miller having a really great season so far. You know, with his fuel mileage, he's probably this race ever turns out to be fuel mileage, you know he'll be up there with his fuel strategy. But yeah, these guys are really going at it, especially at the front. Looks like these 2311 cars. Jack Haas is definitely happy right now with his 2 of his cars in the top 5.
Oh yeah, last year it was a slow start for 2311 Racing. Had a lot of speed, but had a lot of bad luck. This year they are off to a fast start, and they've had a lot of good luck with the mechanical side of things. Of course, Crampton is 13th in points, and Jordan Stout is 11th. Jordan Stout won the 500. And he's had some good ones. Both cars have had better ones than where they are in the point standings. And we'll see what Miller can do, and honestly, I don't know who the favorite could be here tonight. It looks like Jordan Stout may be, as we are 10 laps in. Oh, Miller moves Trey Ball out of the way. Local Dawn, Jordan Edwards in the midst as well. Here comes Eric Marco. And hello to everybody. There's almost the front 15. We've seen a lot already in the first 10 laps.
Yeah, this is really crazy. Rogel Dorn, last week's winner. He's got a second place, a first place, and now let's see what he could do in this race. He's on fire recently, so looks like his car is coming alive. The later half of this run, he's going to be looking to pass the 21 of Andrew Miller on the inside. He's right on the bumper of Crampton in the 45. Let's see if he could get by these cars, if he could run down that 23 of Jordan Stout.
He's not going to get clear of the 21, 3 right behind him. 23 11 Racing 1-2. Marco looks good on this long one. 10 laps in. So does Aaron Abel in the number 11 machine. And this is just crazy stuff. I knew this was going to be a crazy start, but I didn't think it would continue on into lap 12 and into the double digits. Aaron Abel having a strong start to the season. And honestly, I can say that about a lot of people. And this just proves my point of the parity. Eric Marco, he's had some good ones, but has had some bad luck. He currently sits in the 29th position. And he is having his best one of the season inside the top 5. And now Edwards still inside of San Vitale. And Edwards is really trying to keep up with that number 3 machine of Dorn as they are making contact behind him 4 wide.
Oh, this is not going to be good if they can't sort it out. Looks like Kennington's going to get clear of these guys. That's fortunate. Oh, my cars almost collided there. Rakowski and Eli Bright almost getting together. That would have been bad for me, but luckily they get that sorted out. Looks like Rakowski's coming to life there, but pass for the lead. 2311 cars. Travis Crampton trying to pass Jordan Stout, his teammate, but don't look now. Rogel Dorn waiting in the wings.
There's too much action to rely on one camera here tonight. This is crazy stuff. Crampton side by side with his teammate Rogel Dorn trying to get a second win on the season as a rookie and trying to go back to back here in the JBL Cup Series. And in all fairness, All Club and Homestead, they are kind of similar. Both are mostly grooved, maybe All Club a little bit more than this version of Homestead. But it doesn't matter. Local Thorn trying to go 2 in a row, and he's not going to leave this lap because Clampton's going to get a shuffle from his teammate, and he's going to keep the race lead for now. Clampton, a 6th-season veteran, has not had much success on the winning side, but has always been a very consistent driver, and that's what he's done so far this season. And watch out for Monaco, watch out for Dorn. The top 5 breaking race, same with Torre, Kennington. Once again, Kennington, he's having a very consistent season as well for his own right. He's quietly getting top 10s left and right. And how about this 29th in points inside the top 3?
Yeah, you love to see Eric Monaco be able to be up here at the front. He doesn't have a top 10 this season, so if he could get a top 10 or even top 5 or even a win today, he could really jumpstart his season for colleague racing. You see Jordan Edwards, though, he's been very consistent this season. He's got 5 straight top 10s the last 5 races, so you know he's on fire. He's going to be a contender here. He's coming to life as this run goes on. He passes the 23 of Jordan Stout and sets his sight on the front 3. Kennington, though, looks like he's passing the 30. Who's at the 38, 34?
34.
Really, yep. 34 of John Andrews. 41 of Alexander Rowe. Where did he come from?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so many people that we've not seen yet this season, like Alexander Rowe, like Eric Monaco, having such great ones here tonight. Jordan Stout, the inside of Jordan Edwards. Battle of Jordan's right there, ironically. And now I think we're starting to see that Tyler really take into effect. Stuart Grand a little bit deeper in the field in the number 47 machine. 114, not too bad. And it's convincing of what ends up happening about 7 laps away from pit stops, and this has been absolutely fantastic racing. Dorn closing in on Clampton. Clampton trying to get his first win in a while here in the JBL Cup Series. But Dorn's closing, he's trying to go 2 in a row as a rookie. Jordan Stout to the inside of Jordan Edwards, and there's just so much action even on old tires. Great one from Sam Vitale, same with Monaco, Alexander Rowe. Matthew Hubert's been a bad luck kind of driver so far. He's had a lot of speed, but he's not kind of the ones that he wanted. And just fantastic stuff. Ball dropping back a little. And we are about 7 laps away from pit stops.
Yeah, you made a good point about tire wear. You see these guys sort of just taking it a little bit more easy than at the start of the race. They're slowing their pace down. Looks like they're probably slipping and sliding around, just making sure they don't want to spin the car out or get any wreck. You see them just single filed out here. You see a pass here. Sam Medeo on the 11 of Aaron Abel. Looks like he will get that pass done with Trey Bardo and Stuart Grattan. I'm telling you, these competitors don't want to see Stuart Grattan get up there. He's been on fire too. He's won 2 races already this season. He looks like he has a really fast car. He just didn't start well, so he still has a lot of time. Ooh, he might make it 3 wide. He's in a hurry. 3 wide on the 24 and 11. He might get 2 here if he could keep the run down the back straight. Looks like Bardo will clear him though. But yeah, still a lot of speed in that 47. He might be a contender later on in this race.
And the bad news for the field, guess where he won his 2 races so far this season. Atlanta and Las Vegas, 1.5 miles. So Stuart seems to be very good on those tracks to start off this season. Still Clampton out front. Dorn, Monaco might take a shot for the 2nd place spot. And then Jordan Stout and Jordan Edwards round out the top 5. Monaco looks very strong, and this is a guy that in test races he's been strong. At times he's been strong this season, but he's not had the best of pit stops or the best of luck. So I think this team is faster than where they are in points. He's going to do a slide job, take that 2nd spot away, but Dorn might do a crossover here in 1 and 2. Great stuff already, and we still have a lot of ways to go. Have halfway, and still have 2 rounds of pit stops here tonight.
Yeah, 45 of Travis Crampton definitely loving this, as his 2 closest competitors are really going at it. You see his teammate even there, Jordan Stout. He's keeping his car up there. But yeah, good run for Eric Monaco. Really impressed by him. Looked like, oh man, I thought, was that 3 wide?
Almost.
Battling? Matthew Hubert. Yeah, these guys still going at it on warm tires. You see pit stops will be coming up in about roughly 2 to 5 laps. So yeah, these guys are probably just hanging on at the moment. Looks like Eric Monaco got moved up high. Control of Sam Vitale. Ronald Kennington will try to follow.
And just gonna quickly look here. Oh yeah, it's about a second of fall off now. So, right where I about mentioned it, about the last 5 or 7 laps is where the tires fall off, and that's why these cars are slipping and sliding. They're not going as fast as they were. We'll see if anyone decides to do the undercut here. Crampton one's a little bit wide. That might open up the door for local Dawn for the race to lead before pit stops. And oh my goodness, the family out behind him as well. Dawn gets chopped off by Crampton. Gonna go to the back. Looks like no one pitted that lap, so it should be lap 27 is when these guys will start. And we'll see what the undercut versus the overcut will be here tonight. Not a lot of tire until towards the end of the run. And pits should be open this time by. And Bono is going to be the first one onto pit road doing the undercut. Looks like he's going to have some company in the back part of the field. The 38, 31, 15, and the 6 as well.
Yeah, that undercut could prove to be really, really good, depending on how these guys get on the pit road. You saw Bardo get a nice clean entry in the pit road, which could really be helpful for him. But we'll see who stops now. Looks like most of the front runners, the 3 of Rogadorn, stays out. But this might be a little bit of a busy pit road as more guys are coming in.
A lot more of a busy pit road. The majority of the field is pitting here on lap 28, now lap 29. And they are led by both of the 2311 boys of Crampton and Jordan Stout. And then a couple of cars stayed out. Both of those cars stayed out during the overcut. And we'll see here Crampton and Stout on pit road. Should be 4 tires for everyone here. And we'll see on who has a better pit stop. The remaining cars are pitting at the end of pit road. And looks like it's going to be a clean cycle of pit stops here in this one. For the first round at least. Crampton is off, and so is Jordan Stout. It's going to be close. Great stop from both of the 2311 racing cars. 3 right off pit road. That could be a little bit close on pit road exit. And then we're going to follow, I believe, the 42 here. And Andrew Miller, Joe Rakowski, the last car's pit here. Same deal as well. John Andrews, Matthew Hubert. And it's going to be interesting on how these about 8 to 10 cars do on the long one versus everyone else. There's Crampton off turn number 4 now. So I think it's going to be Crampton as the race leader. Going to have to watch out for basically everyone else that came off pit road right now on the long one. Crampton followed the undercut. Is going to be in second. And he's going to be in a sandwich. And honestly, that's not going to be too bad for John Andrews. A little bit of a close moment, and Andrews with the overcut is going to be in 4th. So, Barlow with the undercut, going for the race lead, Andrews with the overcut, and then the 2011 racing cars with the normal strategy. And a clean first cycle, and now the second one has begun.
Yeah, that was a really great stop by the 34 crew, John Andrews. I mean, he's going to have fresher tires, and he's already closing back on the back of these guys, so... yeah, great stop by them, but 2311 cars, Trey Bardo with the undercut leading, good call by them. One car I do not see is the 3 of Rogel Dorn, so it looks like they must have had a slow stop. Yeah, he's a little bit farther back, not the stop they wanted. I think he lost a couple spots out of that. Number 2 of Justin Zidell, though, haven't seen him a lot this season, making a pass on Alexander Rowe.
Definitely going to be interesting in what ends up happening here in the second cycle. Top 4 breaking away, about 2-second advantage over Sam Vitale, Hubert, and Jordan Edwards. Kennington once again having a consistent one. A great one from guys like Justin Zidell, who needs it. Same thousand in a row. And Abel just outside the top 10. How about the other car of On Miles? The 16 kind of disappeared a little bit deep in the field, just outside the top 10, but now Owen Miles is in the midst, and this is a horse nest, failing out to 2 and 3 different lanes here. Owen Miles chopping off Stuart Glenn, and deep in the field. Keep in mind, a lot of these guys that are back here did most likely do the overcut, like Eli Bright, like Joe Witkowski and the Miller, so we'll see how that plays out. 3 wide back there with Juan Garcia, and unfortunately followed up with a bad pit stop. Fitzwater's back towards the back. Hernandez, Ween, Matthews, not Ramirez, BP Ruiz, Sestry, and Diacomo with a bad pit stop as well. But meanwhile, Paul is still the race leader here. But for how long? Because Crampton looks fast in that bright blue money line machine.
Yeah, Crampton really threw it in there. I thought he was going to make contact with the 24, but he's going to suffer on corner exit. Can the 30... Oh, looks like the 23 of Jordan Stout is going to look on the inside of the 34 of John Andrews. 23-11 cars probably teaming up together here. They really want to get the victory for Jack Haas and everybody at their organization. But Trey Bardo, he's still holding on despite being on older tires. Obviously, he undercutted, so we'll see how he fares later on in this run because that's probably where he'll give up the most time. But you see the battle here still going on for the 34 and 23. That 34 just powers on the outside. There's a lot of speed in that car. John Andrews can we get the run off here. Might even have a run on the 45. Nope, but yeah, these front four have definitely separated themselves from the rest of the pack. Looks like Sam Vitale, Edwards, Kennington. Looks like they're just trying to stay in line, get back caught up to the leaders.
One interesting step that I just now realized: John Andrews, he's been fast this season. He has 3 top 5s, and those 3 top 5s are 3 top 10s. So far it's been top 5 or bust for John Andrews, and once again, he's in the top 5. And because these guys keep on battling up here inside the top 4, that is allowing Alexander Vitale, Jordan Edwards, Juan Kennington, Matthew Hubert, Logan Thorne to all close in. So we might have 4 cars for now, but it could be the top 9 battling for a position. Great one from Alexander, as he has solidified the 10th position. And then same with Justin Liddell. Stuart Brown is running in the 12th position. A hornet's nest behind him with Monaco, Duncan Ward, Abel, Bright, Burnett, Sam Deal, and Owen Miles. Great racing all night long, and these guys are settling in. We still have one more pit stop, but I'm surprised that we've not had a caution yet with how tense the racing has been.
That might have been a Stapleton jinx there. You never know. We see a battle for the lead now. 34, John Andrews looking on Trey Bardo. I don't know if he led. I don't think he led. Oh, did he? He led the lap.
Looks like so, barely.
Yeah, barely. Imagine that was the race finished, but looks like Jordan Stout will follow suit, passing the 24 Trey Bardo. Trey Bardo might be suffering on those older tires now. They might be giving up on him, but Jordan Stout, ooh, he might thought he was going to get to the inside of the 34 there, but yeah, I don't know who's going to win this thing. I don't know who the favorite is. I mean, obviously, we still have one more pit stop. That's going to be the deciding factor of this race, I feel like. But yeah, any of the front 9, I say, still have a shot at this thing, and we still have quite a bit of laps to go in this run. So we don't know where the long run cars will be. We obviously see the 24 suffering on the long run. 23 though, looking to the inside of the 34, John Andrews for the lead.
Top 9, all have a shot with 26 laps to go. In theory, you could pit now and you will be able to make it all the way on fuel. Here comes Sam Vitale in the number 12 machine. He's caught up to the top 4, same with Edwards. And looks like these 3 will also catch up eventually. Crampton's going to go for the race lead with John Andrews and Jordan Stout on the outside. Look at it. John Andrews making it 3 wide through the middle, maybe. He's going to make it. Look, Edwards trying to get to the... Oh my goodness. There's so much action right there, I didn't know what to really say. Andrews on flusher tire is going to try to go 3 wide through the middle at Homestead. Great stuff here tonight.
This is fantastic racing. 3 wide for the lead. Crampton's going to come out with it. Oh, the 23 scraping the wall. He's going to give up a couple positions because of that. But what this is doing is allowing even more cars to get closer to this lead pack. We see the 41 and 47. They're licking their chops. They're saying, well, keep doing this because we want to catch up and have a shot at this thing too. We see the 12 car. Looks like he took the lead with Jordan Edwards following. I mean, these guys are just swapping positions left and right. It's like a mile-and-a-half shuffle right now. Ooh, Travis Crampton getting the wall. It looks like both 2311 cars back-to-back laps getting to the wall. Not the best couple laps for them, but look at this though. HMS second, third, and fourth.
They've been one of the strongest teams consistently this season. Ball chopped off Matthew Hubert's had a struggling start to the season. But other than that Garcia is 5th, Jordan Edwards is 2nd, and Ball is 10th. So it's been a very strong season for them. It's been a strong season for Chevy. Jordan is going to get to the inside. Looks like Crampton might be falling off a little bit on this one to get into the outside wall, but not too bad. And it's going to be interesting. I would imagine, it might be around like 57. Be about 10 laps to go when these guys pit again. And that's if this thing stays green. Because this race has been absolutely balls to the walls with all the moves. But Sam Vitale, I don't know where he came from, but Team Penske looks strong in that number 12. Oh boy, this is getting tight for 3rd. And 2nd, just fantastic stuff all night long. And I think these tires might be fading a little bit because all that shuffle has faded away here at Homestead.
Oh man, they're really throwing it into the corners. They might be 3 wide off the exit here. Jordan Edwards using the top lane to get that run maybe. Ronald Kennington though, big move to the inside. He's going to get 2nd place out of this. Rogel Dorn though, I said he had a bad pit stop, but he has really recovered. He's making his way. He has a really fast car. I mean, to come from that far behind, to have a bad pit stop, and to be already back up here battling for the lead almost. Very impressive out of him. But yeah, I mean, I thought those Hendrick cars were going to work together to get into the 12 car, but they just battled each other and lost a couple positions. But Sam Vitale looks like he's building his lead. Kennington trying to get some good laps going so he could run them down.
I mentioned the pay all season long, and we still have a different, almost a different team win every single race. So the only outcome of that being different, of course, Stuart Graham and twice. But other than that, we've had a different race winner and a different team win. Team Penske has not won yet this season, with Sam Vitale, Weem, or Zidell. Joe Gibbs has, with Nick Lopez in the clash, but they don't have a regular season victory yet. Kennington 3rd in the point standings, closing in on Sam Vitale, about 5 to 7 laps away from pit stops, I assume. Hubert in 3rd, Crampton and Dorn round out the top 5. And at this point, anyone inside the top 10, depending on pit stops, might have a shot. Cannot count this 47 still, but he's a little bit far back. It has been a fantastic race here tonight. No caution yet. Kind of like the way that Auto Club went. Fantastic racing and caution free. But we still have 17 laps to go in the AutoNation 400.
Yeah, I feel like I'm used to Ronald Kennington being in the 2nd place. We saw at Willow Springs. He was trying to run down that 48 of Juan Garcia. But here he is in 2nd place again, trying to run down to 12 of Sam Vitale. Alex Sanvitale, again, first name screwed up here. His only top 10 is at Daytona, so he has a good run going here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. He's looking to hold on to it. Depending on these pit stops, it's really going to depend on strategy and what these guys do. Do you think they're going to do all the same things, Stapleton?
I don't think so. I think it's honestly, this is why I'm not a crew chief. I don't know, maybe some cars do 4 tires because it's going to be at the end of the run, but it's going to be at the end of the race. So I would imagine that pit stops would be 2 tires. Someone is on pit road, I believe that's Bradley Weem in the number 22. I don't see anything wrong on the 22. And I think that's going to be opening up pit stops right now. There's 15 laps to go here in this one.
Yeah, we'll see what these guys do. The undercut could prove to be really well. We saw Trey Bardo get some 12 car, Sam Vitale, Trey Bardo, Jordan Edwards doing the undercut. Looks like 8 of Duncan Ward. Man, that was close. 20 car of Matthew Burnett. Looks like he's coming in too. So yeah, we'll see how this undercut fares. I assume they're gonna do 4 tires. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe a mixed bag.
That's what I would assume. It's late in the race, but I would assume it would be 4 tires. At this point, it's almost a unknown. 2 rights for San Vitale and 2 lefts. So I think looks like it will be 4 tires. 4 tires for Witkowski back there. San Vitale is off in the way. And this will be interesting on what ends up happening with the undercut and the overcut. We're gonna have about 10 to 12 laps to go. And like most of these guys are going with the 4 tire strategy, even though it is late in the one. Matthew Hubert stayed out to get a bonus point towards the championship. And see a lot of these guys doing 4 tires again. And tires not really that significant, so these guys are just being safe. Between 4 tires. There goes Mark Killington. San Vitale is off turn 4. It's going to be close between those two. See, Matthew Hubert has not pitted yet in the number 5 machine. And now he's pitting. Oh my goodness, what we're doing. John Anderson trying to pass Matthew Hubert onto pit road. Whew.
That 5 car, we've seen that 5 car hit those tire barrels before somewhere, but in real life. But yeah, we'll see how this fares doing the overcut. I know Trey Bardo, I wanted to make a point. He had a pretty slow stop. Not terrible, but he lost a couple spots, so that might cost him a bit. Looks like, wow, San Vitale has a big lead.
Remember when I said that you cannot count Sugren? He got a great pit stop. He's inside the top 5 now. I don't know what that 47 team did, but did Burnett come for him in the number 20 out of nowhere?
That was, I thought he was about to wreck it there. He got so loose coming off of turn 4, but yeah, he made a good point about 47. I mean, man, where did these guys come out? 5 car Hubert. Looks like he will merge back in maybe around 4th. So he might be in a good position. We're going to be coming to 10 laps to go. So I don't know. That 12 has a big lead, but we know he obviously pitted early. So yeah, this might be a good one to the end.
Oh yeah, this is not over yet. 10 laps to go. The top 10 is out. San Vitale, Killington, Edwards, Hubert, Stout, Grattan, Allison in a row, Duncan Ward out of nowhere inside the top 10, Matthew Hubert in 9th, and then Logan Williams inside the top 10, Clampton's falling outside the top 10, same with Barlow, same with Dorn and Andrews, Blight inside the top 15, looks like he's finally going to get a top half of the field one. Then Lopez with a home race track, going to get a top 18 finish. It's like Dell and Witkowski, and same with Dio, dropping bad but still inside the top 20. Marco in 20th. Abel with a bad pit stop. Unfortunately, same with Miller. Garcia's in the bat. Giacomo. And it's going to be interesting on how this plays out in this one. And, oh yeah, these two gained 4/10 of a second last lap. So it is not over. I think it's going to come down potentially to San Vitale, Killington, Edwards, and Hubert for this one.
Ooh, I don't know though. If they're battling like that, that's not what they want. They want to get single file and catch that 12 car before they battle it out. But
oh no!
Edwards,
oh no!
no!
Killington has a problem. He just had a tire go down.
I don't know how he kept it off the wall though. That was impressive.
Watch out! Watch out!
He's. Oh man, he's squirrely.
Well, I jinxed his name again. This is season 5 all over again. I said his name and he had bad luck. He's gonna make it to pit road, but his great one is gonna end, and him being in 3rd in points is gonna end here tonight as well.
Yeah, you hate to see that. He was having a really good run. Ah man, poor Kennington. He's probably not going to be happy about that, but oh man, that 8 car Duncan Ward, he might have even moved 47 Grattan out of the way. He's in a hurry, but oh, don't look now though. 12 cars lead has diminished. That 5 car of Hubert and 9 car of Jordan Edwards looks like they have caught the 12 car with 5 laps remaining. I think it's going to be a battle between these guys.
Great one from Jordan South. Great one from Alexander Lowe. He's in 5th now with that unfortunate break for Kennington. He's not going to be happy about that one in the Discord. I mentioned that if Howard Penske wins, it would be another different team winning, but I don't know if that's going to happen. He'll be with a great 1 through 3 and 4. He is the lowest hindered car so far this season, 17th in the point standings, and he's trying to get his second career Cup Series win here tonight. Side by side, not quite. He's not going to quite get there. And what is Jordan Edwards going to do? He has been so consistent all season, it's almost guaranteed that he's going to get his 6th top 10 on the season. But does he want the win? Gonna move him out of the way, side by side, Sam Vitale and Hubert with 3 laps to go. Edwards is going to jump up to the top side to help Sam Vitale. Sam Vitale is going to get clear, and it's going to be Sam Vitale, Hubert, and Edwards for the battle for the AutoNation 400.
This is going to be one heck of a battle for the win. These 3 cars going at it. You can see the 9 car. He's obviously, like I said, had 5 straight top 10s. He's very consistent, looking for his first win on the season. 5 car of Hubert. May not be the best hinder car, but he's looking to prove all the haters wrong and get this win at Homestead-Miami Speedway. 2 laps remaining. Can he get the 12 car? He's had some looks to the inside. He might have to use the bumper, though. That 12 car is not looking to make any mistakes here. But yeah, we'll be coming to 1 lap to go. Can Hubert get it done?
Side by side with a great 1 to 3 and 4. But Sam Vitale still gonna have a shot. But Edwards is gonna go side by side. Final lap. Apparently 1 to go. And 3 cars are under a blanket. Do not count either of these 2. If Sam Vitale can get clear, he might have a shot. If Edwards gets clear, he might have a shot. But they're gonna go side by side still for the 2nd place position. Alexander Lowe just got a Homestead stripe. Sam Vitale is not going to get clear. And off the turns 3 and 4 is going to be hindered 1-2. And how about this? Welcome back to Victory Lane. Matthew Hubert will win a crazy AutoNation 4 at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
That was one heck of a race. Great job to Matthew Hubert making that pass on a 12 car to the inside. Really great run by him. Hendrick 1-2 with Jordan Edwards finishing 2nd. Poor Sam Vitale just couldn't hold on in those worn tires, but still a good solid 3rd place finish for him and the Penske team. But yeah, that was one heck of a race to the finish. That was fun.
That was good old-fashioned Homestead-Miami fun right there. Caution-free somehow with all the chaotic racing that we saw here tonight. And Hinemos gets the 2nd win on the season. And Hubert gets his first win since I believe Pocono last year in the JBL Cup Series. What a race here in this one for Homestead-Miami Speedway. I knew this one was going to be a banger, and it was a tough break for Mark Kennington in number 19. If he was in the midst, who knows what would have happened. It would have been a full car battle for the race win late. But it's season 5 all over again. I said his name and he had a problem, so I'm very sorry to Kennington right there. Matthew Hubert with the race win. Edwards in 2nd. Still a great one for Alexander Vitale here tonight, though. Definitely a much needed one after his slow start. Jordan Stout, another good one for the Daytona 500 champ. Don't know where Duncan Wood came from in the 5th place spot. Stuart Grant out of nowhere as well. Went from outside the top 10 to finish in 6th with a good pit stop. Alexander Lowe in 7th. Burnett out of nowhere in 8th. Troy Butler in 9th. Jordan Edwards in 10th. Logan Williams in 11th. Local Dorn in 12th. Crampton in 13th. Bright and Wachowski. A double top 15 for the drivers. That's something for Eli Bright especially. Seidel in 16th. Nick Lopez in 17th. Sam Badillo, Abel, and Monaco round out the top 20. And then, of course, everyone finished on the lead lap besides Warren Kennington, who unfortunately had a tire issue late. And unfortunately, some of these guys in the back could not catch a break to see whether it be a caution-free race or a wreck that they get caught up in, like Farga, Matthews, Ruiz, Hernandez, Ream, Kenneth Miller. All these guys outside the top 25 could not catch a break, but What a race that was. Caution free. Fantastic stuff here tonight. What's the final thoughts of that one here for the AutoNation 400?
That was really fun. I mean, I know a lot of people may not like caution-free races because they might be a little bit strung out and boring, but this was certainly not that. With battles all over the racetrack, strategy elements, and one heck of a battle to the finish between three really fast cars. So yeah, congrats to Matthew Hubert. Great run by him. Jordan Edwards, I mean, he is so consistent. I think the last 6 races, his average finish is now 5.2 is what I calculated. So yeah, he's a force to be reckoned with, and Hendrick Motorsports as a whole is a force to be reckoned with. Reggie Fogelman has a lot to be proud of with his team that he has put together. So yeah, great race, Homestead-Miami Speedway. I had a lot of fun up here in the booth for it. Great race.
Fantastic race, and second caution-free race in a row, but a second caution-free race with tons of action here in the JBL Cup Series. And next week, if you thought today had some tire late in the ones, don't even get me started at Darlington. We bought a new tire, we did a tire test, and it is going to be 3+ seconds to tire fall, maybe even close to 4. So if you want tire, we got 3 to 4 seconds of fall off next week at Darlington, and that is going to be a fun one for the second crown jewel of the season for the JBL Cup Series. And really, that's going to be a true test for the reliability. Hopefully, we have done the reliability range LT, because that one, the Denny 7500, is the second longest race of the season, 92 laps at Darlington. And then after that, we get a little bit of an off week, and then we go racing at, I believe, Rockham for the Cup Series. And it's going to get good. Almost halfway through the regular season already, and I still don't even know who's going to be the championship favorite. I think we've got 5, maybe 8. It is so competitive, but like you said, Jordan Edwards might be the most consistent. Thanks both to you for joining me up here in the booth for this one at Auto Club, at the AutoNation 400 at Homestead-Miami Speedway, getting all tongue-tied. But a great race here, and we will see you guys next week at Darlington for a Darlington double for both Cup and National Series. The points will be at the end of the video, and congratulations to Matthew Hubert on the race win.